If you think your parents are strict, wait till you hear about mine. Okay, I was in 5th grade and I had to do a math homework assignment, and it was really hard. I had to draw 3D geometrical forms, and it was impossible to get them right the first time. So I ended up erasing a lot to get them perfect. Trouble was, my dad hated me using an eraser. He always said, only people who can't focus use an eraser. And if you can't get it right the first time, you didn't try hard enough. But I had worked so hard on that project, and it took me ages to get it right, especially because my hand was shaking all the time. I was so nervous about what my dad would say. When Dad saw how many changes I'd made, he went nuts. I tried to explain why I had to use an eraser, but he didn't want to hear it. He ripped my paper up and told me to start over. Problem was, I just used the last sheet of paper and it was Sunday, so all the stores were closed, which meant I got into even more trouble for not having enough squared paper. Eventually, he told me to erase an old homework assignment so I could use the paper from that instead. Wow, the irony. That wasn't all, though. I mean, I wasn't allowed to use public bathrooms, like, ever. That might not sound like a big deal, but you try going to Disneyland with a bladder infection when you can't use a public toilet. My whole family had to walk back with me from Disneyland to our hotel every couple hours, just so I could go pee. It was so embarrassing. I asked if I could stay behind in the hotel, but my parents said I couldn't stay there alone. You'd think they'd be understanding because I wasn't well, but every time I had to go to the bathroom, my parents got more and more annoyed. Mom even said I wouldn't be allowed to come on the next family vacation because I was deliberately ruining everyone's fun. I felt so ashamed. After she said that, I did my best to hold it as long as I could, but I couldn't help myself. I wet my pants, and my parents got really mad. Now that I'm older, I understand that I didn't do anything wrong. I was just a sick kid, and my parents should have looked after me. They shouldn't have yelled at me or blamed me for the mess because it wasn't my fault. I wanted to tell you all this because I know some of you have parents like mine who make you feel bad for something that isn't your fault. So take my advice. Stay strong and don't let anyone tell you there's something wrong with you, not even your mom or dad. If you have a story you want to share with the world, send it to Share My Story. They'll animate it and have millions of people watch it, just like they did mine. Thank you, Share My Story.